Yadadai dai dai dai. Yabai yada dai dai. Yada dai 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 dai. Yada dai dai dai. Yada dai yada dai dai dum. Yada dai dai dai. Yada dai dai dai. Yada dai 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 dum. Yabba bye ya ya. Yada dai da da dai dai. Yada dai da dai 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 dum. Yada dai ya dai. Yada dai 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 dai. Yada dai dai dai. Yada dai dai dai. Yada dai da da dai. Yada dai da dai. Yabba bye yada dai dai. Yada dai 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 dai. Yada dai dai dai. Yabba bye yada dai dai dai. Yada dai dai dai. Yada dai dai dai. Yada dai 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 dai. L'shem yichud kushabrichu ushchinte hineni muchan umizuman lekayem mitzvat haseh shel sfirat haomer shel sfirat haomer shel sfirat haomer shel sfirat haomer Sheva Shabbatot Timimot Tihyena Sheva Shabbatot Timimot Tihyena. Erev Tov, good evening. A pleasure to be physically back present. For you might not have noticed that last night's Omer counting, I had to pre-record it, only because I counted it for myself last night, so don't worry. It was a quick 27-hour. Well, there was delays today. Anyway, what was going to be a 27-hour trip became like, I don't know, 35 hours, whatever it was. My brother Spencer got married yesterday, and in Florida, and so we went. Ellis and I went, and we are back. And so it was good to be with family and whatever. Sad that Andrea couldn't come because she's not allowed to travel, but it was wonderful to celebrate Simcha amidst the all of what happens, what's happening in the world and what happens in our lives, and to realize that there are definitely things worth celebrating. And so that was a quick trip to Florida, enough to get to the beach this morning, and enough to, whatever, get burnt. All of the things that happen when you go to Florida for 5 minutes. So that was great, and I'm glad to be home, and I'm glad that we had a good time. And Spencer is, has love pouring out of his pores, which is a wonderful thing to see. And so here we are, and we're ready to count some more. And so I was reading something today. I'm not sure where I read it, so I can't quote the book the person, but today is, before we actually officially close out this day, today is Yom HaZikaron. Thank you for the mazel tovs and the congratulations. Today is Yom HaZikaron, which is Israel's Memorial Day. And it's a commemoration kind of day, remembering the souls of those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for just being who they are and trying to protect those that are Jewish, the homeland, whatever it is, for the safety and security. And so that is Yom HaZikaron. But I read somewhere that Yom HaZikaron, a day of memory, generally is reflective of something in the past, right? You're commemorating all of those lives that have been sacrificed before. But in actuality, it's not really Yom HaZikaron because we're still in those moments, right? We're still in the moments of lives being taken or lives ending because of the work that others are doing to make a safer place for the general population of a place. And so to say it's not Yom HaZikaron, maybe I wouldn't choose those words, but I would say that it's not a thing of the past that we're commemorating, rather that it's a current situation, a current climate is to really be aware of just what it is to be a soldier, what it is to be someone that is okay enough with putting their life on the line for the sake of another, for the sake of a people, for the sake of a place, a statehood, a country, whatever that is. And so while we are remembering those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, those that have died, you know, certainly in the battlefields, as well as those in these moments that we're remembering since October 7th. So it's a thing of the past and it's a thing of the present. And so as we close that out for today, it's back to back, it happens, is Israel's Independence Day. So we'll start that together. But we'll talk more about that maybe tomorrow if that's a topic. We'll see. Not sure where I'll be as far as teaching. Not where I'll be, but where my headspace will be and what I'll want to teach about tomorrow because we're only in today. And so as we close out this day, we're also closing out a week. And so every time we close out a week, it's like a culmination of what we've done for the week. So let's start with a little bit of gratitude. Gratitude, let's call to mind two things that we're grateful for today. If you're comfortable sharing them in the chat, please do. And if you're not, hold on to them, but give voice to them. Saying, you know what, this is something different, or maybe it's not different. Maybe it's, you're really practice of gratitude is to bring to your awareness a sense of gratefulness in whatever that is. And maybe, you know what, you're grateful every single day for life. Maybe you're grateful every single day that you got the best parking spot. Whatever the things that are, it's about you and your connection to the unfolding of life. And so I can tell you that for today, I was grateful that the flight home, Ellis was really a trooper. We had a long wait time in the airport because they told us the flight was delayed, and then they gave us one of these, no, it's not delayed as long as it should be. And so we rushed to the airport, and then only for it to be delayed again. And so it was a lot of time. And he was really, really good and really great on the plane ride home. So that is my moment of gratitude, and also being able to be home. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to go and be where I needed to be and where I wanted to be, but also to be home. And so maybe you'll share your own gratitude in the chat or hold it where you are so that we can say together, Magad luma asechaya me'odam kumak. How great is the unfolding of all life. How great is the deep mystery of being. And so there's also moments of needing forgiveness as we close this day and this week. Certainly, we have all received, or we have all been the doers of things that haven't been perfect. Like we receive it or we do it, but there is definitely a place to pray for forgiveness. God of the universe, we forgive those that have angered, antagonized, or hurt us today, whether they did so accidentally or willfully, whether through speech or deed, just as much as we ask to be forgiven for anything that we've done that hasn't been so perfect, through action or through word, willfully or by accident. And always may we find a place of compassion and kindness to guide us. So let's do some counting for today. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ruach haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. Hayom echad esrim yom shehem shlosha shavuot laomer. Today is the 21st day of the Omer, totaling 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Don't worry, guys. We have a lot of time to keep working together, to keep showing up together. But it's always a blessing to do the actual counting, to actually see how far we've come. And we have Shane is grateful for his family. I'm grateful for your family too, Shane, including you. And Howie, what a blessing. And we continue to pray for you. Any improvement is improvement. And so we are all grateful for that. But Bonnie, you answered those are two places of gratitude, but that is not your own gratitude. But I'm grateful that you shared it with us. So here we go. What is it? Day 21 means we finished 3 whole weeks. And so the final day in the week of Tiferet, the week of truth and balance, the week of harmony and compassion and beauty. And so we have been working towards all week, we have been working towards places of harmony, finding balance for ourselves, being role models in the um, community is something that maybe we're up for the challenge now that we've done the work for this week. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe, in your family, you've shown up in ways that you didn't think you could, or maybe you connected with yourself well enough to feel better, whatever it is, in whatever way. And so, compassion for others should only bring you closer to them. And when we act with compassion, not only do we strengthen our self worth, but we show respect for human dignity of others. And so, within our own balance, we are encouraging others to find that place as well. So, here we are on day 21. And day 21 is a an end point, but really it's just a springboard into the next. Because Tiferet shows us that beauty and brokenness are a place where we find ourselves. In some moments, we can see beauty so easily. In other moments, we feel so broken. And simultaneously, we find ourselves with an open heart to say, you know what? I'm open to all of it because I know the truth is, to ferret truth, the truth is that beauty and brokenness living in the same place says we need to be open to it. We need to know that this is where we live. Somewhere we find the harmony and the balance in between. Day 21, Shechina, Sheba Tiferet, or Malchut Sheba Tiferet. I can't even speak. I'm tired. Majesty within beauty. Beauty and love are made manifest through our words and through our actions. Each of us, all creations, all different types of us that we are, celebrate our connection to God or the divine spark that's within us because we all have it, right? Whether we're attuned to it or not, whether we subscribe to it or not, there is this flow of divine energy that is within us. And so if we connect to it, maybe our spirituality is elevated. And if we don't connect to it, it's still the fire that keeps our soul going. So our lives are our offerings, right? We have what we have to offer the world in our own uniqueness, in our own majesty, from a place of beauty. We need to be grounded in compassion and truth, and that is as we come to the end of the week of Tiferet, the last day, so we have 24 hours to work on this, is if we're grounded in truth and compassion, then we will find our way to beauty. And so if we're grounded in the things that sustain us, we will find ourselves in a place of harmony. So the practice for today, every time I say the practice for today, so I've said it 21 times already, reminds me that we're all practicing. It's like those that go to school for whatever they go to school for. They have careers in whatever path they are. They're practitioners of whatever their trade is. And so often I remind myself that, if you're in a medical practice, you're practicing. If you're in a legal practice, you're practicing. If you're, a skilled artisan of whatever, let's say, in the bakery world, it doesn't matter where you are, you're always practicing. And practicing is what helps make us more unique and challenges our own ability to produce whatever it is that we're destined to do. And so, if we continue to practice, then we get better. Not perfect, because we're not striving for that. But when we are practicing in whatever capacity that is, it is a moment of growth. It is an opportunity for us to be a more dynamic version of ourselves. And so, on this last day of the third week, completing the 21 days, we're going to make an extra effort to care for our physical well being. So, what does that mean? To eat well, whatever you think is well, is what you should be doing. Not what somebody else tells you or what society tells you, but if you are satisfied and fulfilled, that's what you should do. Take a walk if you can. What if we can't walk? You know, some of us can't walk and some of us can. But to move in a way that will help get your juices flowing. To take a stretch if you can't walk, to sit and stretch yourself to allow for a better movement of energy through your body, the divine spark. Stop for a moment to take a slow, intentional, deep breath. I shared the story before in my Tai Chi practice that I was doing for number of years. When I was first learning this practice, this modality, it was hard to understand what it meant for energy to be flowing through your body. A force, like an energy, a life force that's flowing through you. And my Jewish brain was thinking, yes, like God's bark, you know, a little bit of God in us. It's God's energy flowing through us. But at the same time, I was thinking, well, I know that already. So this is not the same, but it comes from the same place. And it was to say that imagine yourself being each move, imagine yourself full of sand. And so every time you made a move, it was slow and the energy would pour into the next place, pour slowly into the next move. And so when we breathe deeply, we notice this life force that is flowing through us and out into the world. When we're just going about our business and we're breathing, it's not intentional. We're not stopping to really do it. It's happening whether we're doing it or not purposefully. The human bodies are crazy. It's just of such that you just breathe. It just happens for you. But if you stopped and did it intentionally, even for a few moments, to take a deep breath in, to hold on to it, the majesty, that feeling of, wow, I have ownership over this air that will come in and that will nourish me. My lungs continue to oxygenate my blood, and that it will flow through me freely. And as I let go of the carbon dioxide and the garbage that's coming out, I let it out into the world so it could be someone else's of use, nature. So we're going to practice that, to do what's best for our own physical and spiritual selves on this last day. Because Psalm 21 on day 21 says, the heart trusts the flow of the mystery. So the heart is trusting that flow of divine energy, God-like energy in us. And the love of God will not be shaken. So if your heart is trusting that this flow of energy, this flow of breath, this flow of connection, this flow of betterment, this flow of majesty within beauty, this flow of majesty or this sparkle of beauty, this radiance of truth, this harmony of balance will not be shaken because we trust in the process. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you. I'm going to see you back here tomorrow at 9:30. I know Tuesday's not my day. Bonnie's thinking, what? I'm going to see you. Yes, you will. You will see me. Lifetime practitioners. Yes, I love that. That is, Margaret, exactly what we are. You know what? We fall off the wagon and we come back because that's our job. Because we continue to try and make it better, right? Doesn't matter. You fall off and you get back up. It says you fall down 7 times and 8 times you get back up. It's from my high holiday, one of my holiday sermons, and that's the truth. So let's keep practicing getting back up. I'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning, 9:30 at night, and we'll continue to do the holy work that we need to do in order to get from one place to another because we count on each other, because we count on tradition, and because we count on ourselves to show up and to be better versions of ourselves so that we'll be ready for revelation when it comes. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you. I can't really wait to see you. You get 2 blessings of love just because I feel like it, just because I'm happy to be home. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Laila Tov, everyone.